Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Inside Guns with your host, me, the Yankee Marshal. And today I want to take a look at the new wonder gun coming from Kimber. It is the new Kimber K6xs. This is a new version of the Kimber K6s, but this time it's a lightweight gun that is perfect for pocket carry. This gun was announced at the NRA convention this week, even though a lot of us have known it was coming for a while. And a lot of the articles on it are saying this is probably the ultimate pocket carry revolver. And since so many people are saying that, I'm assuming that is part of what Kimber's telling people about it. So let's look at this gun today. Is it going to be the king of the pocket carry revolvers? Is it really that great? Well, it's got a lot of things going for it. One, it's very light, 16 ounces. That's very light for a pocket carry gun. So that would actually make it very good for pocket carry. It's also small. It's a little 2-inch snub nose, very similar to a J-frame in size. So that makes it good for a carry gun. And also, it's 6 rounds. Most guns in this category are 5 rounds. If you look at like Ruger and Smith & Wesson, most guns in this size and weight range are 5 rounds, period. So right there, there's a big advantage for it. So that's, I think, the biggest selling feature, that it's light. It's also inexpensive, and it has 6 rounds. It's inexpensive compared to their other guns. Let's just say that. It's not the cheapest gun in the world. It's got an MSRP pushing $700. And Kimber doesn't discount all that much with dealers, so it's probably going to sell in that $600 to $650 range. So not the cheapest gun, but still, that's not a bad price if you want a great pocket carry revolver. So it's got all those things going for it, and it does have some changes made to it to make it more of a carry gun. The rear sight now is a fixed sight. It's kind of a gutter sight with a raised fixed rear sight. And the front sight is a fixed sight, integral to the barrel. So some changes there. That makes it, I guess, lighter, but it also makes it cheaper so that they can keep it down, like I said, to just under $700 MSRP. But I think, like I said, the big winning feature of this gun that they're really selling it on is the fact that it is 6 rounds. And it is a J-frame size gun. And it is lightweight and can go in your pocket. Now, we know there are other 6-round J-frame size guns. The Colt Cobra is one. But it's all stainless steel and it weighs like 25 ounces. That's more than 50% heavier than this gun at 16 ounces. So that really is a non-starter. I definitely would not recommend the Colt Cobra over this Kimber for pocket carry. But here's the thing. There are better options already on the market than this gun. And what really makes this gun not great in my eyes and why I wouldn't recommend it is a couple of things. Actually, a few things, and we'll talk about them here. Now, remember, when the K6s first came out, I didn't really care for it because it was double action only. I don't like double action only revolvers. But I did admit this thing is one of the most amazingly well-built guns I'd seen in a long time as far as revolvers were concerned. So I didn't discredit it on its quality, just personal preference that I didn't like double action only revolvers. Then they made the Kimber K6s double action single action, and I was like, we have one of the best snubby revolvers on the market now. So I like the Kimber guns, but this one just misses the mark for me for a few reasons. One of the reasons is that integral front sight that I mentioned a little bit ago. Now I know a lot of people are going to say, well, this is just a point and shoot gun, it's a belly gun, it's a pocket carry gun, it's close range self-defense. Still, in today's age, I think if you don't have a replaceable front sight, you're missing the mark. I cite Smith & Wesson about that all the time. I'm like, on your smaller guns, like your 637, etc., make that front sight interchangeable. Now, they do it on their higher end guns, like their 360 PDs and stuff, but on their lower end guns, their fixed sights don't like that. That's true of the Kimber. It's got those fixed sights. Not a fan of that. I like to be able to change my front sight. Something my old eyes can see and something that might give me low light visibility. So don't like that at all. I also don't like that it's 38 special. Not a big fan of 38 special. 9mm is more powerful than 38 special. And that right there is kind of the killer feature of this gun, other than the double action only that I don't like. That would not factor in whether I recommended this gun or not, because that would depend on what you wanted, not what I wanted. But because it's only 38 special, and because it is as expensive as it is, I would not recommend it. There's a much better gun already on the market for pocket carry. It's very similar weight, only 1 ounce heavier, and it is the Ruger LCR 327 Federal. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, I thought you didn't like 327 Federal, that you would rather have 357 Magnum. I would. In fact, if someone was going to come to me and say, which pocket carry gun should I get, this 6-shot 38 Special or this 5-shot 357 Magnum, I would say 5-shot 357 Magnum every time. That is going to be my recommendation always, like a Ruger LCRX in 357 Magnum. Or if you want to spend a little more money, a Smith & Wesson 360 PD. But a lot of people want that capacity. So that's one of the things I think Kimber is really catching people's attention with, is that capacity. You know, it's not the fact that it's got a stainless steel barrel and a stainless steel cylinder and a Kimber Pro finished aluminum alloy frame and all that stuff. It's that it's got 6 rounds. That's what people see first and foremost, and that's what Kimber is promoting. But like I said, for around the same price. Now, the MSRP is about $150 more, but Ruger tends to discount more to dealers than Kimber does. So you're probably going to see them at around the same price, probably about $20 difference. In fact, you can right now, for I think it's $649, get the gun that I'm going to recommend. You can get it from Grab a Gun right now, and it is the LCR, like I said, in 327 Federal Magnum. What does this gun have going for it over the Kimber? Well, it's got a removable, replaceable front sight and a more powerful round. 327 might, pale next to 357 Magnum, but it is incredibly more powerful than 38 Special, even plus P. It's almost twice as powerful in a lot of applications, in a lot of different loadings. So if you went with the Ruger LCR or LCRX, where you could even get a hammer, you can't do that on the Kimber right now, you can get the same number of rounds in a gun that's actually a little smaller and weighs only an ounce more, because it does have a stainless unibody. That body is metal, but it's still only 1 ounce more. So it's got everything going for it over this 38 Special plus P Kimber. Now, if this Kimber was lightweight and with 357 Magnum 6 rounds, well then yes, I would definitely say that over the 327. But it's not. It's 38 Special. The Ruger is what I was saying. The Ruger in 327 Federal is better. Just better all the way around. It's proven. It's not new. It's got, like I said, the replaceable front sight. It's just about as light. It's actually a little bit smaller. Has as many rounds, and they're more powerful. So in my opinion, Kimber kind of missed the mark here. This gun doesn't really just do much for me. Just having 6 rounds isn't saying much. If you're like, I own 4 cars, none of them run or have wheels or engines or anything, but I own 4 of them. Well, that's not as good as saying I own 1 really good car that actually runs. So saying you got 6 rounds is not that big of a win for me. Especially since, like I said, they kind of cheaped out a little bit on that front fixed sight. I don't like that. I'm sure their build quality will be great, as always, but the Ruger build quality is good too. And since you're not going to be paying really much more for the Ruger, you're going to get the same number of rounds. You're going to get that interchangeable front sight. And the Ruger trigger is every bit as good as the Kimber. The Kimber trigger is great, but that Ruger trigger is every bit as good. And you're going to get a more powerful gun. A gun that's going to get the job done better. Is it going to be 357 Magnum level? No, but it is better than 38 Special. So I think Kimber missed the mark here. I don't even think it's going to be a gun I would recommend, much less be king of the pocket guns. Because as long as the Ruger LCR and LCRX series exists in 327 Federal, well, Kimber's going to have to come out with that same gun in 357 Magnum, or maybe a 7-shot 327 Federal before they can claim the title of king of the pocket guns or the pocket revolvers, because right now that title, I think, belongs to Ruger in that price category. Or 6 rounds of 38. Yankee here. Welcome to... So, that's that up. The new Kimber K6xs. No, not K6xs. There's some things about the Smith & Wesson lightweight guns that I don't like. I got that far, and no, it is not going to be that great. God damn! Could I just get through a fucking take? Capacity that it holds. Good Lord, can I get any of this together? Hey everybody, Yankee here. Just wanting to remind everyone, if you want to support this channel and the programs that we sponsor, or you just want some official Yankee Marshall Posse merchandise, you can go over to tympistolproject.com and there is a wide selection of merchandise over there. Pick yourself out something, buy yourself something nice. Anytime you buy a t-shirt, you get 2 entries into this month's friend drawing. You buy any other item, you get 1 entry into this month's friend drawing, and all profits go to the Pets and Vets Fund that we support. So go on over, get yourself some merch, help save an animal in need, and maybe win a prize. Hey everyone, Yankee here. You know, in my videos, we often cover some complicated subjects with a lot of gray area. So if you would like to further discuss anything said in my videos, please join us in one of my live chats. Live chats are held most days at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when they are at 5 p.m. Pacific. There is a clickable link to the live chats in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If you disagree with anything I've said in a video, feel free to participate in Spank the Yank. You can come on the live discussion panel and let me know face to face how I was wrong.